So, interest is how much the bank charges you for a loan. And the APR is the annual percentage rate. Which is your yearly interest rate. You've probably heard the term APR before, like in commercials where they say like low APR or no APR for 6 months. Anybody hear that before? Yeah? Okay, so anytime you want to get a loan or even a loan when you're buying a car, something like that through a dealership, you can do that. I'm going to show you how to do a couple of these problems. You're going to need a calculator if you don't have one. Okay. So this first question is saying, I'm going to do number 4. First question is saying that you want to borrow $1,200. So maybe you're, I don't know, paying for a washer or dryer, and you decide you want to borrow $1,200 from the bank. Your monthly payment is $75.41 for 18 months. And then, so we need to know the amount that needs to be repaid first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that $75.41 and multiply it by 18. Yeah? Oh. So take that $75.41 and multiply it by 18. And you should get $1,357.38. By the way, did you know that accountants usually don't put a comma in after thousands? Do you know why? Yeah? It can look like a decimal. So unless you're typing or using a computer program, usually you won't see a lot of commas and that kind of stuff, because when accountants write, or anybody dealing with money writes, they don't want to be mistaken for a decimal in the wrong place. All right, so if you borrowed $1,200, focus on me now. If you borrowed $1,200, but you have to pay back this much, then how much of that is going to be interest? How do we find it out? Right, just subtract. So take that $1,357.38, subtract $1,200. So the interest you're paying is $157.38. All right, with your partner right now, why don't you try number 3? Talk to them, please. Okay. If you did this one correct, you should have gotten 627.24. And this one was $47.24. All good? Cool. Flip it over. You'll have lots of time, don't worry. Flip it over, stay with me. All right, now this is a chart on top that tells you how much you would pay in interest per $100. So this is like somebody already did the math for you. This is the multiplier, so everybody write multiplier next to this. Per $100. So for example, everybody look up. Let's say that you decided to get a loan for only $100. And you're going to take 18 months to pay it back, which is a long time to pay back $100, but just go with me, okay? Then you would pay $14.51 interest for that $100. And if you wanted to borrow $200, you'd have to pay $28 or $29 in interest. And if you wanted $300, see how you just multiply it by however many hundreds you want? Okay, what's the difference between these two up here? 13.5 and 17.6. How do you know which one to look up? It will tell you, but also at the bank, they'll be offering you a certain percentage rate. Now, can you negotiate percentage rates with the bank? No, but they will give you a better percentage rate if you do a shorter loan or if you have a higher credit score. So suppose that you've got a really mediocre credit score because you've had some problems paying your bills in the past. They're probably going to give you the higher percentage rate, especially if you go for a longer loan. But if you say, look, I need $5,000 for this car, I'll pay it back in 6 months, and I've got a really good credit score, then they're probably going to give you a low interest rate so that you can do that. Why would they give you a low interest rate? Aren't they trying to make money? So that you come back. So that the next time you buy a house or you buy a rig, that you go to them. That's what they want. They want the future business. All right, we're going to try number 13 and 14 right now. Here we go. It looks like this person wants $918 borrowed. How many hundreds is that? 9.18. And then you're going to go to the 13.5 column here and go down to 12. So everybody type in 7.462 in your calculator. Then you're going to multiply that by 9.18.